Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Vera Martian, but you can call me Vera. Our team are Prof. Dr. Ati Rahmiati, MSc, Dr. Maman Suherman, MSc, and myself. We are from Faculty of Communication Science, Concentration of Political Communication, Universitas Islam Bandung, West Java, Indonesia. In this opportunity, I would like to convey on my research about young political affirmation in accelerating regeneration in political party. And now I will begin. In this event, Social and Humanities Research Symposium, first of all, I would like to explain about research context or introduction. This research aims first to obtain data and information about efforts to affirm regeneration in political parties. Second, to examine the readiness of young politicians as millennial generations is facing political contestation, which is reflected through political interaction in digital media. The third examines the determinants of political regeneration in political parties. The research method used is qualitative with a case study approach and analysis of social media content. With informants from young politicians and political party leaders, namely Gerindra, PDIP, and the Indonesian Solidarity Party. The highlight results show that the efforts of political party leaders to regenerate political affirmations were carried out by means of structured categories, including face-to-face and social media. Research urgency. We know millennials is agent of change, social control, and iron stock. Millennials or Gen Y are said to have a high sense of curiosity, are critical, tend to collaborate, and are more tech-savvy than previous generation, or baby boomers and veterans and Generation X. The hallmark of the millennial generation is information literacy and connected through social media networks, which are connected via the internet. Social media itself has become an effective political machine for democratic life. The political direction and influence of the millennial generation in democratic life and for policymakers are at least shown from the following three factors. In here, potential for political participation and stability of choice. 2. Sensitivity to social and policy issues. The study used a qualitative method with a constructive paradigm. Researchers explore the reality in political parties naturally, even though they already have initial assumptions derived from the concepts and theories for political affirmation and political communication. The informants' considerations are, first, the leaders of the city or regency representative parties in Bandung Raya and Cirebon, who have policies and decision-making to carry out political communication with cadres and with constituents. Second, millennials generation aged 20 until 35, who are party members are also members of the city or regency legislature, or DPRD. Third, the millennial generations as activists. Data analysis method. I use Miles and Haberman's data analysis method. First of all, data collection, data display, data reduction, and conclusion drawing or verifying. This is the list of the informants from PSI, PKS, PDIP, and Perindo. About research results, these are 4 components I found in this: political branding, mutual understanding, goodwill, and attention. And political branding is talk about image who building millennial. for the first time because we know millennial not not good perspective about politics. So mutual understanding. Millennial politicians. Um, Millennial politician is practice, deliberate, planned, and sustained effort to maintain a mutual understanding about organization or policy and its public. And then goodwill. This is true goodwill. This is so important in this politic because goodwill is bring to goodness in this politic, and then goodwill is something important and anything because politics is not about power, it's not about material, it's not about something or anything, and then attention focus on borders, focus for community, focus for how to manage the state into for better or worse. Conclusion: the readiness of young politicians is facing political contestation through various media channels, methods, communication techniques to form political branding and personal branding through cognitive, affective, and evaluative-oriented content. The political idea of young cadres on social media means vetting and defending supportive parties or candidates, inviting them to vote and criticize political opponents and election administrators, and effective orientation, emotion from using emoticon symbols by giving a like sign or emoticon language for discussion with the content they receive. On an evaluative orientation, young cadres produce and distribute content on social media about their assessment of political realities. The lingo language is mostly used by the millennial generation in the form of descriptions, narratives, and persuasion. There are two determining factors that determine the affirmation of political regeneration within the party, namely supporting and inhibiting factors. The supporting factors are the existence of commitment, equality, innovative political communication, creative which is different from before. The inhibiting factors are mainly psychological barriers, namely apathy, skepticism, politics, and a negative mindset on politics. These obstacles are due to the absence of an organized regeneration system, weak political education, and the still dominant oligarchic culture. This requires the efforts of the government, political parties, universities to form a political system, and party leaders have the political will to place the potential millennial generation as political actors. So that is for now. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. Politics is a turning point for better or worse, and communication is the way. We cannot not communicate and politics. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.